Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect, those in this gospel abroad. Lifting up the defender of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, wherever we be. This is titled Redeeming the Times, because the days are evil. As you know, we're under a lot of plagues, pestilence, shortages, inclement weather, okay, weird phenomenon, chariot sightings, judgment, okay, love for one going cold, a lot of women, men, children are being judged, a lot of rapes are going uninvestigated, all right, and we're in evil times, man, okay, because everybody is pretty much going without, you know. The people feeling the effects of their pockets not stretching as they once did when this US dollar had some type of substance to it. Like in the early 90s, I remember I brought out the example around your holidays, like 4th of July this year. I mean, you had people celebrating, doing what they usually do, but it wasn't like it was back in the day. Like when you were a kid, you know, you buy the freaking 100 pounds of chicken wings, you know, ribs, or whatever you want to call it, and you know, you're doing what you have to do. You know, everybody's in a lackadaisical celebratory spirit. Okay, I say celebratory. I won't say celibate, but everybody's in a spirit of mirth. I'll say it that way. And no worry in the world, because in the 90s, man, you know, yeah, we were in the time of the end, but you know, it was just still, it wasn't that time yet. You know, we were kids, we were carefree, you know, we didn't have any responsibility. The days seemed longer and the music was better, you know, the nostalgia was there. So people weren't really thinking about the end of the road, so to speak, those of us that wasn't in the know. Okay, we were kids then, so we didn't really understand the concept of the end of the world to some degree. Just thought that one day, you know, the Lord was going to come back and do what he got to do. But now the world has totally changed, man, because if you go into the book of Esdras, it tells you that the world now is beginning to vanish away, okay, and more evils was coming upon the earth, because now you see the mindset of the people from the different programs that's being promoted out here to attack children, okay, to attack the parents, and to pretty much it's a new wave of people out here, man, okay, and like now, you know, we bought out the account too. I want to say about a month and a half ago, they were using, and they're still using it, they were using $200,000 of taxpayers' money to fund, you know, the transmission. And I'm not talking about a transmission that go inside a vehicle. I'm talking about a human transmission, man. The person that was, that's able to change himself, so to speak, herself. And they're putting these particular drag shows on in front of kids, okay? And a lot of parents are not knowing about it, and it's caused an outrage in certain communities, man, because they were like, wait a minute, they're like, well, wait a minute, if you're gonna do this, we need some type of consent, because what happened was they snuck that whole alphabet agenda into your kids' programming now, man. Like back in the day, they used to teach us about sex ed, about how to put on condoms and all that other stuff, and you know, STDs and stuff, but now they blatantly are promoting feminism. They're blatantly promoting the alphabet gang in front of your kids, man. So when they come home and they have this type of different ideology or mindset that they want to do other things with their lives, is because what they're being taught in school and on the television, man. Okay, and a lot of times us as parents, we're away from our kids between 6 to 10 hours a day. So within those particular hours, if you add that 5 hours a week, that's 40 hours right there, 40 to 50 to 35 hours that we're away from our children. So within just an hour a day, you can program a person, man. You see, that's an hour a day. You can spoon feed kids a bunch of folly and they will gravitate towards it. Why? Because kids, they have absorbent minds, okay? Their minds are very, very inclined to new information. They're like sponges. That's why if you ever paid attention to a toddler or a baby, they follow you and they mimic your every move, man, because they're learning, they're processing information. It's like a new computer, man. It's quick, okay? There's no lag time there. So when you're seeing the shift of the world today, this is what you get from it. Okay, you have a bunch of weirdos out here. Okay, you have a bunch of men that's pedophiles, and literally they're getting off, like the whole Ghislaine Maxwell trial, you know, Babylon and the worship and the spirit of Baal. That's why human sacrifice or children sacrifice or these kids missing was such a big deal, because that's ritualistic. Okay, they said over 100,000 something plus kids, and I can be off with that. It could be way more, but this is what's documented. They said over X amount of number of children used to go missing every year. Like back in the day, they had what they call the back of the milk carton. Yeah, every time I went to school and I drunk a milk for lunch or breakfast or whatever, it was always missing children on back of a damn milk carton. All right, and it was pretty eerie. It's like, damn, you know, it was pretty scary, because as kids, you know, you have very active imaginations, man. And you know, we was into a lot of horror genre. So that mini-series called It, Stephen King's It came out back in the 90s, and we noticed a lot of those programs were targeted against children, man. Like the Freddy Krueger movies, it was always about child, like, you know, child sacrifice and all that other stuff. So fast forward today, you understand it now, okay? And even today, when you go to Walmart, you see like when you go into the door, or when you get ready to leave, you see like a big glass, and it says missing. All these children up there between the ages of 7 to 15, 16, you know, they go missing. Why? Because they're being harvested out here. You see what I'm saying? So it's very important that we understand the type of times we're living in, and not to really get lackadaisical and don't take it for granted, man, because hey, you just never know. Okay, because this is yeah, brother, I saw that phone. That movie was crazy, man. That movie Black Phone, I recommend brothers to see it, because it was, they showed you the tribes in there. They showed you how Gad and Esau was at odds, man. I like that little dude. I think his name was what's this guy, the little Gadite dude that knew the martial arts, man. He was fucking them crackers up, man. You know what I'm saying? But hey, he got grabbed up. And the way that the Lord used the fourth dimension to get him up out of there, because technically the dude that got caught up, the last boy, he was a Gadite. But the Lord used the spirit realm to get him up out of there, man. Shit was dope. It was very spiritual, man. You know, but yeah, that was a good movie. And the crazy part about it is they called the nigga the grabber. Now, the dude didn't have no motive, like, and that was the most eerie part about it. It was very disturbing, because the nigga didn't have any motive, man. You know, he's riding around in a black van, and bam, he grabbing kids up, and he was beating them to death with that damn belt, man. Okay, they didn't even give dude a motive. If they did, I may have missed it, but it was crazy. See, so you have things like that, like the scriptures going to the Book of Wisdom of Solomon, how you got children murderers, okay, and how they sacrifice kids into their gods. Like the whole 187 clinics with the women, man, when they go down there, they offer their kids up to Baal, man. Okay, and that's what they do when they go down there and they give it up. Because sacrifice and human rituals deal with disembowelment. So a lot of times when the doctor's pulling the baby out, they break it in half and they disembowel it, man, and they cut it up and they pull it out piece by piece. Okay, and then whatever they do with that, whether they burn it on the altar, whether they drink the blood, who knows, man. But with Esau, Edom, you can never, you never know. So that shows you that we're literally in the time of the end, brothers, man. And we got to also remember that Yahweh Shem Shai is bringing plagues in the earth, man. Because the brother Karatazov in Vegas, he went into a particular, it was like, I think it was like a river or something out there in California, man, on how it something happened. I got to look up the article, but y'all can look up the video. But if you look up most recent California event that deals with the lakes and streams, man, it was a very devastating storm, and something happened. To the point the breeze was coming and washing up in people's homes like river houses or something. All this money these Edomites spent on these particular fortresses and these particular developments, man, the Most High is throwing it down, which proves that the Edomites are not done away with. Because if you go into the book of Malachi, the 1st chapter, the Lord said they should build, but I should throw down. Okay, so the Lord is throwing this place down, because what it was talking about, building the desolate ruins, was talking about America. Because America emulates the former Roman Empire. Okay, it was thrown down and now it's being built back up through Esau, Edom. Okay, off the back of the Israelites. You see, so Esau is still here. Okay, and vocab, he knows that, but he's playing that game, because it's his job to destroy as many souls as he can when we're the ones that's supposed to be trying to wake up the hopeful elect, man. But he's not going to stop it because the scriptures say, roughly paraphrase it, man. It says you can't do nothing for the truth but against the truth before the truth. Okay, so it's nothing you can do about it. The elect is going to be sealed regardless of what you do. The people that's fallen victim of your sorcery and witchcraft is because they're not of the elect, man. Okay, the elect is not going to be deceived because in Matthew it tells you, it says even they should try to deceive the very elect. If it be possible, they will deceive the very elect, but they can't deceive the elect, whoever they may be. Okay, precept here. This is the book of 2 Ezra 15, it's 5. It says, behold, says the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, right? And we having plagues, man. You got the new monkey business. They're talking about reinstating LDs because of the monkey business and all this other nonsense. They got 80,000 tourists locked down in China because of the new variant, etc. You see, and they're going to continue to play off this thing like we've always said. And even other guys that bought this information out, you know, other luminaries, they was like, well, look, man, they not going to let up on this because they have an agenda to fulfill. They're not going to let up on this, okay? And it says here, and I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, the famine, death, destruction. For the wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled, right? Like I was watching a video from the brothers of Chicago, man. They showed Jake in a live shootout, man. Literally just bucking at each other, man. I think two Jakes got put down. I think one got put down, and one guy, man, he knew he was done. He was trying to get up. They came back and finished him off with 7 other shots. I mean, this is blatantly evil that we're witnessing. Okay, like right on live camera. You know, and then you had an Edomite that's gonna come in and say, is this systematic racism? Well, yeah, it is, because you provided, like the elder said, he said, look, man, the fucking nigga, the American nigga is the product of the so-called white man, man. Okay? The American Negro is the product of the so-called white man. So all the Chief Keefs and King Von, that's the product of the fucking white man, man. Okay? That's the product of Esau Edom. You see? That is the creation of the white man. Niggas with extended clips. Esau, you promoted that behavior among our people, bro. You did that. Because Jake was never in that spirit like that. I mean, yes, due to the curses, but see, the curses had to play out in a physical sense. Okay? And you caused it by certain legislation, certain programs, okay, taking away resources from the Jake community, etc. Basically, you created the American nigga. So all this bullshit that you're talking about blacks or savages, no, man. You created that mindset, my dude. Okay? So anyway, I'm going to end it there, brothers. Giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Shemi Yahweh Shai. And with that, shalom and a bubble ball.